Hi, how y'all doing? It is Wednesday, November 13th, about 11 p.m. as of recording this video. First, I want to say I apologize for the lighting in my bedroom, and the only light I have in here is the overhead light. So I apologize for the shadows it casts. I've had a couple of commenters before mention that they couldn't see me very well and that I should probably do the video in a better spot. I meant to do this earlier. I have been trying to get some chores and other things done today. I was up all night last night with tachycardia and some of the symptoms that go along with my heart failure. The medication I have that helps the heart failure, I'm not supposed to take it if my systolic pressure is below 110, and it is more often than not below that. So I hadn't been taking it in Tresto, and I guess it caught up to me last night. But then when I started having issues, of course my blood pressure went back up, so I took my Entresto and my other heart medications, as well as a couple cinnamon capsules, and sat on the edge of my bed pretty much all night, not being able to lay down because one of the symptoms, a couple of the symptoms that keep me awake when I'm having episodes related to my heart failure is a consistent cough and difficulty breathing. I can't drive yet, and I don't have anybody close that I could call to take me to the hospital, and I've taken an ambulance 3, 4, 5 times in the past 6-7 months, and those co-pays are stacking up, so I'm trying not to take an ambulance unless I know I'm having a definite emergency. And I was having issues, but I've learned to gauge when something is bad or when it's getting worse and when it's not that bad. So if I don't feel like it's going to get worse, I wait it out. And that's what I did. And I was awake all night last night. I think, hell, I probably fell asleep around 6:45 this morning. Woke up again at 8:30. Strapped on my peg leg and trundled downstairs to let the dogs out to go to the bathroom, and thought briefly about just making some coffee and dealing with it. But I wasn't just tired, I was physically exhausted from sitting up all night and my heart pulling the shenanigans it did. So I made my way back upstairs and went back to bed until 12:30. So I've been trying to catch myself up throughout the afternoon and evening and get some chores done. Wash mine and Joey's bedroom linens, because I will have him this weekend starting tomorrow night. And I just hadn't got this video done earlier, so long walk around a short block. I know I'm bad for that. I apologize. I also apologize for the lighting. If you can't see me well enough, I'm sorry. You're not missing anything, trust me. So now the reason for making this video. I mentioned before that Medicare decided to stop covering my Part B premium, and they did that in August, and I was never notified by Medicare, and Social Security, for whatever reason, they didn't catch it until last month. So the first of this month, when I got my Social Security check, I was $524, $25 short. And that was because they were taking 3 months worth of Part B premium coverage out of my Social Security check. But they hadn't notified me, and when I called them on it, they said they did send out a letter, but it was dated October 31st, and I think I called them on the 28th or 29th or something like that. No, yeah, because my money came a couple of days early. Anyway, they said that a letter had been sent out, but it was dated October 31st. And that was still, 3 months after this happened. So I was not notified until after everything had been said and done, and they had already decided they were going to pull $524 out of my account at once to cover Part B. And that is pretty much what I have after I pay my mortgage. $530, something like that. Well, it's a little bit less now. It's $490 something, $480, $490 something, since my property taxes and home insurance went up, and they're talking about raising the property taxes again, and it's just, why? It's so damned infuriating. You don't own your property. I could have the house and the mortgage completely and totally paid off and everything 100% in my name. You miss those property taxes and you find out real quick how much you don't own your property. Gotta pay them. I have property taxes and home insurance wrapped up in escrow, so I just make my monthly mortgage payment, and that pays the mortgage and the property taxes and home insurance. Both of those things went up in September. Anyway, they both went up, and my monthly mortgage payment went from just barely doable to about $140 over what I can budget for. I managed to make it last month, but with them having held out, them having taken that $524 this month, plus my having to settle the water bill this month after everything was said and done, and they basically said, my fault, your fault, nobody's fault, it's still your fault, and I have to pay it or they shut my water off. And that came to a little over $350, which is just it's insane. There's no leaks in my house. There doesn't seem to be any leaks between the house and the road, and they said there's no issues with their meter. They said somebody had to be stealing water or something, or I had to have left something running while I was in the nursing home. My parents did or something. I don't think that's the case. I know I didn't leave anything on. My folks wouldn't have left anything on. I found nothing on when I got home. But there it is. So between that and being $5.25 short this month, I did not have the money to pay my mortgage. Or I could have paid the mortgage and nothing else. And I just did a loan modification back in June or July. Because I had missed 2 mortgage payments previously. One from having to fix my vehicle and the other from getting stuff that wasn't covered for me and my son when we had the hand, foot, and mouth. I've been trying to figure out a way to make up the difference, but I can't figure a way to do it. I haven't been able to come up with anything. I'm not able to right now load up any of the project cars I've got on my property and take them to the scrapyard to make up the difference, and I'm not quite sure I have enough to make up the difference. And they certainly don't come and get them for you. In fact, the only one I know that will come and pick up a car from your property, from your house, or whatever, they'll come get it, but they won't pay you for it. So that's not an option, and I'm not able to load anything on a trailer or drive anything to a scrapyard. So that wasn't workable. I had one guy offer me, a little enough for my truck, but my truck is the only operational vehicle I have. So if I sell my truck, I'm SOL as far as transportation. So as of Sunday, I will be officially late on my mortgage. I will have missed my November mortgage payment. And the reason I'm making this video is to let y'all know that I'm going to probably tomorrow and Friday make a couple of videos that are going to specifically be tailored to making an appeal for, or to use GoFundMe to make that mortgage payment plus whatever the late amount is, and to go and put money towards my eye surgery and a new pair of glasses after my surgery. I found a couple Facebook groups that link different GoFundMe campaigns, kind of get your campaign more out there, because when I started all this, I naturally assumed that GoFundMe itself would get your campaign out there. They don't. You have to share it and network it. So I'm going to make an appeal to this one group I found, and maybe to the second one, and I'm going to make a couple of YouTube videos that are specifically set towards that particular goal. To try to make sure that I don't end up having my mortgage company try to take my house out from under me for Christmas. Because the last time I missed one payment, and they were already talking about foreclosure. Back when I thought I was going to face foreclosure for sure, I talked to a attorney out of Fort Lauderdale that specialized in foreclosures, helping people to fight foreclosures. So she's based in Florida. She knows all the ins and outs, all the Florida laws and statutes and whatnot. And she said that for my health and my condition, my limitations that I'm living with and dealing with, I had a good shot at winning the foreclosure case, being able to keep my house and get my payments reduced, get the interest reduced. But I'm scared to try to go through that, and I'm scared that maybe things will be different since I've done this loan modification, and already I'm missing a payment, you know. And with the way housing is right now here in Florida, I know that I've heard stories of realtors and developers and whatnot, like trying to lean on banks and lenders and whatnot, to kind of fast track foreclosures. And I'm constantly getting like mailers in the mail and calls from different developers, realtors, home buyers wanting to buy my house. Now, like I said before, if I sold my house, by the time I pay off my mortgage, I wouldn't have enough money to do anything else but rent, and because rent is so high, I wouldn't be able to do that for very long. And 90% of the offers I get on the house are for around what I owe on the mortgage. So answering any of those would not be doable. It would not be workable. But I know that there's a lot of interest in buying my house and my property. I had one asshole developer tell me they could knock down my house and put a little subdivision on my property, because I've got 2 acres. You know, they build like 12 houses out here. But at the same time, he wasn't offering me knock your socks off prices. I wouldn't want to do that anyway, but it's not feasible for me to do that. It's not financially sound for me to do that. So I'm going to, over the weekend, make an appeal for GoFundMe, tailored to these Facebook groups that I found, to try to get the money to make up the mortgage payment, and whatever extra there is, and help with my eye surgery. That said, none of you that have donated, I know a lot of the donations that I've gotten have been from repeat donors, to which I'm massively grateful. I'm not asking any of you to donate now, especially for this. I'm in a big bind, and I don't have another way out of it. But I'm trying to see if I can get this to someone that can maybe make a larger donation to get this covered. The difference of the money that I have that would have gone towards the mortgage payment, I am going to use some of that to get the ball rolling with the eye specialist, the surgeon, and try to get on this, and maybe see if I can get some kind of a part-time job once I get my eyesight back. Maybe delivering something, I don't know, something to make up this difference. But I need a little bit extra help right now, and the only thing I can think to do is try to get something bigger out of GoFundMe. So like I said, those of you that have donated, I'm not asking any of you to donate. If you want to contribute to this, that's fine. Great, thank you so much. But this is something that I need right now, and trickling in isn't going to cut it. It's not going to get me over this hump. God, I wish I had another way, but I don't. So that's what I'm going to do over these next couple of videos. So this is just to let you all know, I'm making this particular appeal now. You do not, any of you that have contributed before, thinking about contributing, that watch my videos here, you don't have to. I'm reaching out further into the ether trying to get this done. If you would please share the next couple of videos that are coming out, just to get it in front of more eyes, like I always say. That'll help out a lot. Thank you all so much. Videos about Edits Max. I'm gonna make those next couple of videos over the next couple of days, and then I'll post an update after that. Wish me luck. Thank you very much. Have a good evening. Bye-bye.